Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. In everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit. The purpose of human life is to serve, and to show compassion and the will to help others. There are two means of refuge from the miseries of life: music and cats. At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Do something wonderful, people may imitate it. Compassion, in which all ethics must take root, can only attain its full breadth and depth if it embraces all living creatures and does not limit itself to mankind. Example is leadership. I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I know: the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. One who gains strength by overcoming obstacles possesses the only strength which can overcome adversity. Do not let Sunday be taken from you. If your soul has no Sunday, it becomes an orphan. The first step in the evolution of ethics is a sense of solidarity with other human beings. Constant kindness can accomplish much. As the sun makes ice melt, kindness causes misunderstanding, mistrust, and hostility to evaporate. We are all so much together, but we are all dying of loneliness. Sometimes our light goes out but is blown into flame by another human being. Each of us owes deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this light. Example is not the main thing in influencing others, it is the only thing. Think occasionally of the suffering of which you spare yourself the sight. An optimist is a person who sees a green light everywhere, while a pessimist sees only the red stoplight. The truly wise person is colorblind. Never say there is nothing beautiful in the world anymore. There is always something to make you wonder, in the shape of a tree, the trembling of a leaf. Until he extends his circle of compassion to include all living things, man will not himself find peace. The only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. Man has lost the capacity to foresee and to forestall. He will end by destroying the earth. Life becomes harder for us when we live for others, but it also becomes richer and happier. Reverence for life is the highest court of appeal. My life is my argument. Man can hardly even recognize the devils of his own creation. The true worth of a man is not to be found in man himself, but in the colors and textures that come alive in others. The African is my brother, but he is my younger brother by several centuries. A man is ethical only when life, as such, is sacred to him. That of plants and animals is that of his fellow men, and when he devotes himself helpfully to all life that is in need of help. A man does not have to be an angel in order to be saint. Do something for somebody every day for which you do not get paid. Truth has no special time of its own. Its hour is now, always. Man must cease attributing his problems to his environment, and learn again to exercise his will, his personal responsibility in the realm of faith and morals. Ethics is the activity of man directed to secure the inner perfection of his own personality. Just as the wave cannot exist for itself, but is ever a part of the heaving surface of the ocean, so must I never live my life for itself, but always in the experience which is going on around me. We cannot possibly let ourselves get frozen into regarding everyone we do not know as an absolute stranger. I have always held firmly to the thought that each one of us can do a little to bring some portion of misery to an end. Man is a clever animal who behaves like an imbecile. A great secret of success is to go through life as a man who never gets used up. Everything deep is also simple and can be reproduced simply as long as its reference to the whole truth is maintained. But what matters is not what is witty but what is true. One thing I know, the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. As soon as man does not take his existence for granted, but beholds it as something unfathomably mysterious, thought begins. By having a reverence for life, we enter into a spiritual relation with the world. By practicing reverence for life, we become good, deep, and alive. A man can do only what he can do. But if he does that each day, he can sleep at night and do it again the next day. Whoever is spared personal pain must feel himself called to help in diminishing the pain of others. We must all carry our share of the misery which lies upon the world. If a man loses his reverence for any part of life, he will lose his reverence for all of life. The great secret of success is to go through life as a man who never gets used up. The highest proof of the Spirit is love. Love, the eternal thing which can already on earth possess as it really is. Wherever a man turns, he can find someone who needs him. Anyone who proposes to do good must not expect people to roll stones out of his way, but must accept his lot calmly, even if they roll a few stones upon it. By respect for life, we become religious in a way that is elementary, profound, and alive. Reverence for life affords me my fundamental principle of morality. Humanitarianism consists in never sacrificing a human being to a purpose. Let me give you a definition of ethics. It is good to maintain and further life, it is bad to damage and destroy life.